from My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school football, coming to you this season from schools throughout the region. This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium here on the Michigan High School Football Game of the Week here on 26 Sports and CCTV as the Lakewood Vikings are taking on the Cadillac Vikings here on homecoming night at Cadillac High School. I'm Derek Tate alongside Jeff Castillo. Jeff, we're getting a look at the starting lineup on the offensive side of the football for the Cadillac Vikings.
Yeah, looks like they're ready to go. Looks like some of them have gloves on, actually. That probably could help catch the ball tonight, I'm thinking.
Got to hold on to that sucker tonight. It is a rainy night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. But we saw a heavy dose of Tip Baker in the last game against Alpena. Unfortunately, they came away with a 3-point loss. But you got to be encouraged being led by a sophomore quarterback who put up 6 offensive touchdown drives in a conference game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you step in, especially when you're not the starter, coming in as relief and you're a sophomore, didn't seem like he was intimidated one bit. Nice job by the sophomore.
Stepping up to the occasion is the young sophomore quarterback, Aiden Gurdon, as we're going to go ahead and throw it over to the public address announcer for your national anthem. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as we are getting a look at a battle of the Vikings here on homecoming night at Cadillac High School. And you hear, and you may even see on your TV screen here in just a moment, we had some fireworks over near the scoreboard. But there's nothing quite like the energy on homecoming night in high school football.
Yeah, and, you know, that can kind of go both ways. It always makes the coaches a little nervous being there before. It's a distraction. And so it's a job of a coach on the homecoming week, especially to keep your players focused and not let all the distractions of the homecoming festivities take away from the focus of the actual reason that they're here, and that's the football game.
And you see at the bottom of your screen as the Cadillac Vikings are ready to kick off action, as it will be the Lakewood Vikings that are going to be starting with the football. This Lakewood Vikings team, they started off 0-2, but led by head coach Matt Markwart. They've rebounded in a big way, in fact, coming off of a couple of victories, most recently in their league standings with a 48-26 victory over Perry.
Yeah, 27-21 over Leslie, and then a win against Perry. So they got a little momentum built up, and those are the important games. Those are the conference games. So, started off a little rough, but it seems like they've got it together. And, they played Belding in week 2. That's always a tough draw right there.
And we take a look at the standings in the Big North, where Cadillac currently sits in third spot. They're 1-1 on the season in the Big North standings. They just lost a close one, as mentioned in the pregame show, 41-38. They put up 6 offensive touchdowns, but were unable to come away with the W as they had 41 dropped on this defense.
Yeah, that's tough, scoring 38 points and still end up losing in the ball game. So, they're going to have to regroup here. Both of these teams seem to have pretty good offenses. They've scored a lot of points throughout their first 4 games, so we'll see how it goes here.
Cadillac has 2 losses on the season as we're underway here on the Michigan High School Football Game of the Week. That kick received at the 15-yard line by Brent Sweet. And the Cadillac Vikings coverage unit is up to the challenge. They drop him at the 31-yard line, and that's where the quarterback will start off, Jacob Ellenboss, the senior quarterback. And they were missing his services in the last game despite coming away with the win against Perry.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that.
Ellenboss on the season, 188 yards through the air, 309 yards on the ground, 6 total touchdowns. And we're going to get a look. And my humble apologies, it looks like maybe Ellenboss was a game-time decision. It's Jace Hansen who's actually going to get the call under center. So we'll see how the young quarterback will get underway with his start here at Cadillac High School. And option left. And Jace Hansen on the keeper. And right up the middle, or out to the left side, my humble apologies, setting the edge is Bryce Benjelink.
Yeah, it looked like Jake and Metzger right up on the tackle as they threw him for a loss of maybe about 1. It's going to bring down about 2nd and 11.
You're going to see a lot of unbalanced formations from this Lakewood offensive unit. Little to no gain. 2nd and 10 on the way for Lakewood. Hansen under center. And that pitch goes to Brent Sweet, and that one strung out and great pursuit. That one, Logan Wild, all over the ball carrier there for the Cadillac Vikings defense, drops him for a loss.
Yeah, he was reading that one all the way and, stood his ground, made a good tackle. Looks like they lost about 5 on that one, so they're going to have 3rd and long.
This Lakewood offense going in the wrong direction through the first 2 snaps. Now, this Vikings defense has been stout here, especially to start football games. They actually put up 2 defensive touchdowns in their first 2 games against Lake Fenton and also against the John Glenn Bobcats. Both of those defensive touchdowns scored by number 40, the outside linebacker, Colin Johnston. Hansen working out of the shotgun on 3rd and 16. Rolling to his right, trying to set up a screen. That one falls incomplete. Intended for his tailback, Gavin Salget. And that incomplete pass is going to bring up an early 3 and out for this Lakewood offense.
Well, I think that had a lot to do with number 52, Bryce Benzelak, being right there. I think he had one eye on the ball and one eye on number 52. Took his eye off the ball for a second, and looks like they're going to have to punt it away on this first series. Good job for Cadillac defense. It's a good start.
Logan Wild, number 6, and number 12, Carter Harsh, back to receive for the Cadillac Vikings. On to punt for Lakewood, Donovan Pratt. And it's a wet ball, but a good long snap. And high but short end-over-end punt, and it takes a Cadillac bounce. And it's going to be down, but the Vikings are going to see their first offensive possession of this game in Lakewood territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good place to start for the Vikings. I'm sure they were hoping to get a little bit better kickoff punt than that, but it's the way it goes. Their defense is going to have to step it up here.
And we're going to see under center, as we mentioned in the pregame, we're going to see a lot of the sophomore, number 7, and that's Aiden Gurdon. Gurdon led 6 touchdown drives through a touchdown pass to Alex Barcheski in that game, that 3-point loss to Alpena. 1st and 10 for Cadillac. And they run primarily out of that wing T formation. And look at Gurdon, avoids one would-be tackler and scoots out of bounds. Picks up around 4 or 5 yards before being shoved out of bounds, just shy of the 40-yard line. Interesting to see Cadillac go to the air on the first play of the game.
Yeah, he was looking to go to the air. Nothing there, and he wisely got a few yards, stepped out of bounds, no harm done. Good 4 to 5 yard gain on that first play.
And Coach Mallory, the play selection so far this season heading into this game, 200 runs to 17 passes. And there's the run right up the gut. Noah Cochran, but the Lakewood defense up to the challenge. Number 65, John Barenwald on the stop. No gain on the play.
Yep, he was leading the way on that one. All right, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the hometown Vikings.
The hometown.
You have to get used to that, both Vikings tonight.
As you see the Vikings for Cadillac in purple on your screen, the Lakewood Vikings, white jerseys with black pants. We've got 3rd and 4 on the way for Cadillac. Gurdon on the quarterback keeper around the left side. Able to jump cut and get past the 40-yard line, but he's going to be stacked up well shy of the sticks. Gain of 1 on the stop, Cameron Winter. And Lakewood forces an early 4th down.
Okay, early 4th down, but is it a punting situation? We'll see. They're already up to the 39-yard line. It's going to be interesting to see what he wants to do with this one.
Head coach Mallory just substituted in Tip Baker, and last week we saw Tip Baker find pay dirt 3 times against Alpena.
Okay, this doesn't look like punt formation to me.
It does not, and Cadillac's going to go for it on 4th down. Cochran to the left side, able to battle through one would-be tackler, falling forward. He did need to get to the 36. He is going to be awfully close.
That is going to be very close. I'm not sure he got a real generous spot on that. We're going to have to, I bet they're going to bring the sticks out on this one.
It was number 74, John Clark, trying to make a pile. If you can't get to the ball carrier, do your best to die in the holes, as they would call it. And they're going to be bringing out the chains here as we get a look at the referee crew for tonight's contest.
All right, referee crew. We've got leading the way. The referee is Mark Stewart. We have umpire Ken Allen, line judge Dave Jones, along with the head linesman Scott Jones, that's brother, and back judge Dave Harrington tonight. And as we were going through that crew, looks like good news for the Cadillac Viking fans.
Yep.
I have to catch myself on that.
It's okay. I'm going to be catching myself all night,
too.
This
is a first.
As it is going to be the head referee, Mark Stewart, who gives the signal for a first down. You hear the roar of the crowd here at Cadillac High School Veterans Memorial Stadium. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for Cadillac. Option right, Cochran up the middle, dragging a couple Lakewood defenders. Number 21, Ethan Rodriguez, and number 25, Denny Sawers on the stop for Lakewood. But a gain of 3. We saw Noah Cochran heading into this game. He plays that fullback/B-back role in this wing T offense, leading rusher for Cadillac heading into tonight's game.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get a lot of action tonight. Lake Odessa is going to have to end up stopping him if they want to get the ball back.
We've seen already Tip Baker substituted in at the left wing spot. 2nd and 8 for Cadillac. Cochran to the left side. He's got some running room, but is wrapped up by Josh Kronk. The defensive lineman for Lakewood, able to drag him down. Gain of 5. It's going to bring up another 3rd down for Cadillac.
Yep, and sophomore number 72, Nick Hale, was also in on that tackle.
Now, one thing that I spoke to Coach Mallory.
My bad. That was a Cadillac Viking. Sorry about that. My bad.
No worries. Now, one thing Coach Mallory did mention heading into this contest, last week Alpena tried to stack up that left side of the offensive line. They love to run that fullback dive to the left side. We've got 3rd and 3, and Cadillac goes to the option and the give to the upback. Noah Cochran, he'll move the sticks inside the 25-yard line.
All right, they got some good momentum going on. They're just chipping away. 3 yards here, a couple 5, 6 yards here, 1 yard here. They're gaining yards every play.
Now you saw that reverse pivot from Aiden Gurdon, spinning left but handing the ball off to his fullback going right. As far as when you're playing defense, what are the little keys that you try to pick up on to get a hint of where they're going with the ball?
Well, that's one of them. I mean, if they start getting into a pattern of doing something like that, you can kind of pick up on that. But a lot of times they're also watching the guards. A lot of offenses, the guards will kind of take you to the ball. So the linebackers are always taught to watch the guards and see which way the guards go.
And right there, Cameron Winter, beautiful job diagnosing that fullback dive. Tackles Cochran for no gain. That'll bring up 2nd 10 for Cadillac here on homecoming night at Veterans Memorial Stadium. This opening drive for the Cadillac Vikings just approaching the 5-minute mark. 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. We're still scoreless. Pitch goes to Colin Johnston. And that play strung out by the Lakewood defense. Brent Sweet, the leading tackler for Lakewood heading into tonight's contest, diagnoses that play and stops it for a short gain, bringing up 3rd and long for Cadillac.
All right, well, let's see. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if they're going to stick with the running game or if they're going to put it in the air. Might be a little tough tonight with the moisture, but, I think, holding on to the football tonight is going to be key for both teams.
Cadillac has only attempted 17 passes heading into this contest. We'll see if they go to the air on 3rd and 9. They keep it on the ground. Tip Baker dragging defenders inside the 20-yard line, but there is a flag right around the line of scrimmage. So we'll see what the official call is, but they'd still be well shy of the sticks and would bring up 4th down even if the play stands.
Yeah, he's talking to the defense, so I got a feeling this is going to go against the Cadillac Vikings.
Now we saw as it is going to be a hold against Cadillac, and they will go ahead and accept that penalty. We saw Coach Mallory go for it on 4th and 3, so not out of the question that they would go for it on 4th and 5 right there.
Right. Yeah, they have field position in their favor right now, as they have it inside Lakewood's field territory.
So many times in these games that are inclement weather, it is the field position battle that oftentimes gives a team an edge. And right now, Cadillac with a 3rd and 17 from the 31-yard line. Gurdon to the air. He's got a man. That one into double coverage. Good coverage from Nicholas Heltz, the safety.
Yeah, and not a bad play. Let's say it gets picked off right there. They're at the 10, 15-yard line. You weren't going to punt it too much deeper than that anyway. So good choice to try to get something there in the air. We'll see what 4th down brings.
It looked like they were in cover 3 on the back end, and it was actually a heads-up play from the corner to read the eyes of Gurdon, broke on the ball, and it does bring up 4th down, and this time they will trot on the punter. That's Colin Hess for Cadillac. Back to receive for Lakewood, Bryant Mackley.
That one's going to go right through the end zone, I believe.
And Alan Huang not able to get there in time. It does trickle into the end zone for a touchback, and we want to go ahead and thank our sponsors for tonight's game.
All right, we've got a long list here. We've got Munson Healthcare of Cadillac Hospital, Wolverine Power Cooperative, and Great Lakes Energy. Fox Motors of Cadillac, your local Ford and Toyota dealership. LC Materials, the concrete experts. Doug Glass of Cadillac for all your home and auto glass needs. We have Builders First Choice in Cadillac, your first choice source for flooring. Stop by and see them today, and we will pick up on some of our other sponsors in just a bit.
Here's Jace Hansen under center, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 3 running backs in the game, up the middle, and nothing doing for Lakewood. Can't see who got the call yet, but on the stop, number 13 for Cadillac, that's Luke Enyart. And it looks like it was going to be number 7 on the carry, Parker Anderson.
All right, Cadillac defense has been playing tough so far.
You see a lot of speed at the linebacker spot from the Cadillac Vikings. Tip Baker, Colin Johnston, Jace Hansen with a 2nd and 9 for Lakewood.
That looks like they're running a 4-4 defense.
And that's going to be Denny Sawers, the ball carrier. A little counter tray action, tried to catch the Vikings defense over pursuing. There is a flag near the 25-yard line, but right now this unit up front for Cadillac playing strong.
Yep, they're getting it done. Looking to get the ball back. Let's see. We got a face mask. Well, that hurts for the Viking defense.
Now that is the 5-yard variety.
Had it stopped. Yep, 5 yards. So it's still not going to be a first down, but that's going to bring it to a nice short 2nd and 1 for Lakewood.
The first drive for Lakewood went 3 and out. In fact, it netted negative 7 yards. This one with a 2nd and manageable. 1 yard to go for Lakewood. Handoff goes to Sweet, and he sweeps around the right side, but cuts it back up the middle, dropped by Alex Barcheski. But that'll pick up the first down of the game for Lakewood.
All right, that's what they were looking for, a little bit of momentum here.
Now, I'll ask, again, with a wet field, is it tougher for the offensive lineman to get drive, or is it tougher for the defenders to react to where the ball's going?
Well, sometimes I think it's a little tougher defensively. The offense knows where they're going, and defense has to react. So the offense is definitely at an advantage.
Staying out of the 3 running back set, this one goes to the fullback up the middle. And he's going to be stacked up for a gain of 2. That's Luke Enyart yet again on the stop. Also for the Cadillac Vikings, Travis Hunt.
Yeah, looks like they're still just trying to figure out where they can get that ball through the middle. They're not going outside yet, although that could be a possibility here, but trying to figure out a play that'll work.
And like you mentioned before, that 4-4 defense here from head coach Mallory. 2nd and 8 for Lakewood.
Yeah, it really is a good defense if you got the linebackers to run it.
And there's the option pitch to Brent Sweet around the right side. There is Laundry at the 36. It would be a gain of 5, but we'll get another call here from head ref Mark Stewart, and it looks like it's going to be holding against Lakewood.
It's the old famous holding call going back on the offense. So hard to keep your hands inside.
Especially on those sweeps, even on a wet night, too. You want to grab onto something. Yep. Everybody's a little slippery out there, and they do get Lakewood for holding from the spot of the foul. It looks as if it's going to be 2nd and 17 with 2:39 remaining in the opening quarter here on homecoming night, Cadillac High School, between the Lakewood Vikings and the Cadillac Vikings. It's still going to be Hanson working under center, 3 running backs. It's going to be a sweep left. This one to Denny Sars. And Sars is stood up and dropped. And guess who? That's Tip Baker putting the hurt on the tailback for Lakewood.
Yeah, he really stepped up and put him back. He was right there. Good form tackle. Did everything right on that one.
Tip Baker looked like he was shot out of a cannon and diagnosed and blew up that running play before it had any chance to get started. Little to no gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. And Hanson's going to go out of the shotgun on 3rd and 16.
All right, they've got trips to the right here.
Hanson drops it over to Brent Sweet, trying to set up the wide receiver screen. And Colin Johnson diagnosed that one beautifully. Drops it for no gain, and that's going to bring up 4th and long. This Cadillac defense up to the challenge.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive play. They were sending the linebackers. They were going to put pressure on him right away. He got rid of the ball, but they had defenders right there. So nothing going on for Lakewood at that juncture.
And here we are, another second punt of the night for Brent Sweet. Back to receive for Cadillac, Carter Harsh and Logan Wild. And again, you always want to keep an eye on the long snap when it's a wet ball.
Okay, looks like he got that one to turn over a little bit better than that first punt.
And Wild receives at the 34-yard line. He slips one tackle. There goes Logan Wild into Lakewood territory and finally dropped by Lucas Tacey. But this is going to be the 2nd consecutive drive for Cadillac that starts in Lakewood territory.
Yeah, field position is playing out well for them so far. Hey, while they're regrouping and ready for their series, we're going to throw in a couple more sponsors here, bringing us the game tonight. We have Tasty Treat in Lake City. Stop by the Tasty Treat to get your dinner before every big game. Best Demolition, your local home wrecker. They can wreck anything you need. Pancho Villa Mexican Grill in Lake City, featuring Monday specials like 5 beef or chicken enchiladas for $5. And we'll continue on as Cadillac starts their drive.
It's Aiden Gurdon with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. It's Noah Cochran that gets the call. Little to no gain if you want to go ahead and finish out everybody else we have to thank.
All right. We have Lake City Family Pharmacy and McBain Family Pharmacy for all your prescription and vaccination needs. Bowman and Rogers in Lake City, your local accounting team. And last but certainly not least, Pizza Plus, Cadillac's local source for pizza and sandwiches for over 50 years.
Yeah, Pizza Plus had some in the pregame, and I plan on having some more tonight as we've got 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. And a quick pitch to Colin Johnson, and he's got some running room up the left sideline. Johnson just tripped up a touchdown-saving tackle by Brent Sweet, and that'll likely be the final play of the first quarter. But, boy, did Colin Johnson hit that sweep in a hurry.
Yeah, nice play. He had a lot of room, made good hay on that one, and that brings Cadillac deep into the Lakewood territory.
And we will resume action with Cadillac threatening heading into the second quarter as you are watching the Michigan High School Football Game of the Week as the Lakewood Vikings and Cadillac Vikings are knotted up at 0 as we head into the second quarter. We'll be right back with more football action.